The chronovisor time viewer device. Have you ever wished you could witness history firsthand? Not just read about it in books, but actually see and hear it unfold? What if I told you that a device capable of doing just that might have existed? Today we're diving deep into one of the most tantalizing and mysterious tales of the 20th century, the legend of the chronovisor. Imagine a machine that doesn't transport you through time, but instead brings the past to you. A device that can tune into the echoes of history, allowing you to watch moments from centuries ago on a screen, just like watching a movie. This is the promise of the chronovisor, a supposed invention that has captivated researchers, skeptics, and dreamers for decades. Our story begins in the 1950s with a rather unlikely protagonist, Father Pellegrino Ernetti, an Italian Benedictine monk. Father Ernetti was not just a man of faith. He was also a respected musicologist and had a keen interest in physics. He claimed to be part of a secret group of brilliant minds, including some of the most famous physicists of the era, who had unlocked one of the universe's greatest secrets. According to Father Ernetti, this team developed a device they called the chronovisor. He explained that every event, every sound, every image leaves a residual energy signature, a sort of echo imprinted on the very fabric of space-time. The chronovisor, he alleged, was designed to detect and reconstruct these echoes. It supposedly used a complex system of antennas made from special alloys to tune into these specific historical frequencies. Once captured, the signals were processed and projected onto a cathode ray tube screen, allowing the viewers to witness the past. Think about the implications of such a device. It would be the ultimate historical archive, a window into any moment we wish to see. No more guessing, no more interpreting fragmented texts. We could witness the last speech of Cicero, see the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, or watch a lost play by a Roman poet. And according to Father Ernetti, they did exactly that. He made some astounding claims about what he and his team had witnessed. He spoke of watching Napoleon Bonaparte, observing the Roman Senate in full debate, and even viewing a performance of a lost Roman tragedy called Thyestes. But his most sensational claim, and the one that drew the most attention, was that he had witnessed and photographed the final moments of Jesus on the cross. This is where the story gets even more incredible. In 1972, an Italian weekly magazine published an article about the chronovisor, which included a photograph allegedly taken by the device. The image showed the face of a bearded man, his eyes looking upward in suffering. Father Ernetti claimed this was a direct image of Jesus during the crucifixion. For a time, the world was stunned. Could this be real? Was this the first ever photograph of one of history's most significant figures? The photo caused an immediate sensation and, just as quickly, immense scrutiny. It didn't take long for investigators and skeptics to find a problem. A big one. The alleged photo of Jesus bore a striking, in fact, an identical resemblance to a postcard of a wood carving by the artist Lorenzo Culotte Valera. The postcard was for sale in a gift shop in Collevalenza, Italy. When confronted with this evidence, the story began to unravel. This discovery was a major blow to the credibility of the chronovisor. How could a supposedly authentic image from the past be an exact copy of a modern piece of art? Critics pointed to this as definitive proof that the entire story was a fabrication. Father Ernetti's explanations became less clear, and the mystery only deepened. So, what was really going on? Was the chronovisor a genuine top-secret project that was being deliberately discredited? Or was it all an elaborate hoax spun by a creative and imaginative monk? Let's explore the hoax theory first. It's the simplest explanation and the one most widely accepted. The story is just too fantastical. The science behind it, involving electromagnetic resonance and time's echoes, has no basis in known physics. While the idea of residual energy is poetic, there is no scientific mechanism that would allow for the high-fidelity reconstruction of entire scenes from the past. No serious physicist has ever corroborated Father Ernetti's claims or the existence of the team he described. Furthermore, the story of the faked photograph is a huge red flag. Why would someone with access to such a groundbreaking device resort to using a picture from a modern postcard? It suggests a desperate attempt to provide proof for a claim that had none. It's possible Father Ernetti, a man of deep faith and historical interest, simply invented the story, perhaps as a way to reinforce religious belief or simply because he enjoyed the attention and mystery it created. Before his death in 1994, Father Ernetti reportedly wrote a confession, admitting that the photo was a lie and that the chronovisor, while based on a real theoretical concept he believed in, was not a functioning machine. He claimed he wrote the Thyestes play himself, but insisted he had seen the crucifixion. This deathbed confession, if true, muddies the waters even more. He admitted to some deception but held fast to his most extraordinary claim. But let's play devil's advocate for a moment. What if there's more to it? Supporters of the chronovisor theory have their own arguments. They suggest that the alleged team of scientists was real and that their work was so revolutionary that it was immediately classified by powerful governments, perhaps even the Vatican itself. In this version of events, the chronovisor was deemed too dangerous for public knowledge. Imagine the chaos a device like this could cause. It could rewrite history, undermine religious faiths, and expose every secret, every lie ever told. It would be the ultimate surveillance tool, capable of looking not just across the street, but across millennia. Perhaps the theory goes, Father Ernetti was forced to discredit his own invention. The faked photo could have been a deliberate act of disinformation, a way to make the entire project seem so ridiculous that no one would investigate it further. One of his alleged colleagues, Father Francois Brune, wrote a book about the chronovisor and stood by the story, believing Ernetti was telling the truth. He argued that the Vatican had seized the machine and hidden it away to prevent the societal collapse it might trigger. It's a compelling conspiracy theory, suggesting that the truth is being hidden from us for our own good. So, where does that leave us? On one hand, we have a story with no scientific evidence, supported by a debunked photograph and a tale that sounds like it was lifted straight from a science fiction novel. On the other, we have the tantalizing possibility of a hidden truth, a secret so profound that it had to be buried. The chronovisor legend persists because it taps into a deep human desire, the desire to know, to see, and to connect with our past. Whether it was a hoax, a suppressed invention, or something in between, the story of Father Ernetti and his time viewer is a fascinating case study in belief, skepticism, and the power of a good story. It forces us to ask, what if? What if we could really look back? What would you want to see? The building of the pyramids? A conversation between Plato and Aristotle? Or maybe just a quiet moment with a loved one from long ago? The chronovisor may never have existed, but the dream it represents is very real. It's the dream of conquering time itself, not by traveling through it, but by making its deepest secrets visible to us in the here and now. And that's a story worth telling. What do you think? Was the chronovisor a real device, hidden away by the powers that be? Or was it the elaborate fantasy of a clever monk? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this exploration of history's great mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive. See you next time!